Panda Express, the new Firecracker steak and shrimp. I've been wanting to try this for a while. I was watching another YouTuber who I follow, food reviewer, and she had mentioned at the start of her video, she actually just reviewed this with some other stuff, but mentioned that it's only available until like the end of May. So still a month, but I didn't want to push it off any longer. I wanted to make sure I got to try it. I've seen and heard some good things about it. So I'm excited. I never had Panda's Firecracker shrimp that they used to have. So I'm excited. Now, I just read too, because I was going to read you what this consists of. And apparently there is a Firecracker sauce on this. Had I known that walking into Panda Express 10 minutes ago, I would have tried to ask for some of that on the side. I didn't know that it had a special sauce with it. I thought it was really, I should have though, but I wasn't thinking. Anyway, I just got the bowl. So I got fried rice and then the, again, Firecracker steak and shrimp. I know you couldn't see that, but hey. $8.50. They charge you an extra $1.50 for the Firecracker steak and shrimp, as opposed to other entrees that you could get, beef broccoli, orange chicken, what have you. So $10 with tax, $10.83 out the door. Let's see. Let me read this. It says the new Firecracker steak and shrimp dish consists of tender sirloin steak bites, wok tossed with red and yellow bell peppers, whole dry chili peppers, onions, string beans, and the brand's signature Firecracker sauce. Sounds delicious. And I've heard good things about it. The biggest complaint I've read or watched or seen on this is that nobody, people weren't getting enough shrimp, I guess. I don't know. I see 4 of them right here. So I think that they've heard that, and smells really good. We've got the dried red chilies in there. We've got the string beans. We got the peppers. There's yellow and red. There's onion in here. Ooh. It's got a little something to it for sure. All right. Well, let's try this with a shrimp first. Let's just try a shrimp by itself. Looks really good. Just that shrimp alone, not picking up too much spice or really too much of the flavor of that sauce that they're using. Shrimp is a pretty powerful protein in the fact of its flavors. And, when you're eating a shrimp, you know you're eating a shrimp. So that's kind of all I tasted there, but it was phenomenal. Cooked really well. Let's try some bell pepper. Well, onion. A little green bean if I can get one. Go ahead and have us a chili while we're at it. I remember the first time I had one of those dried red chilies like this. I must have been 10. I don't know. And there's your heat, right? Those are hot. Yeah. But I'm hitting the throat. But I must have been 10. And family outing, favorite local Chinese food place, whatever it was. And we had a dish on the table with that. And I ate one of those chilies. And it lit me up, kind of like it's doing now. But I enjoyed it, but I liked it, Let's try some steak. Steak's a little overdone. It's a little cook too much. It's a little tough. The rice is hot. Try to mix it up a little bit. See, again, I'm not picking up really any heat from that firecracker sauce. Again, a problem with most of these places, I just don't think it's sauced enough, you know, for somebody like me to really detect heat from it. Somebody else might, you know. But I have a nice warmth in the mouth, and it's just from eating one of those chilies, right? I mean, so. But I like the dish. It's colorful. There's nice big pieces of everything in there. Those are big shrimps. You can see the steak. I don't know if it comes out, but it looks overdone to me. I mean, it certainly tastes like it. I don't know if you could really see, but it's... That piece is a little better. There's a little red in there. So it's not terrible. That first piece, this piece was a lot better. The shrimps are big. I don't want to eat them all now. That rice is temperature hot, really hot. Let's grab us another red chili. Let's eat that with some steak and some rice here. That's the play right there. I do have some of their chili sauce. Let's dump some of this on here and give it, because, oh, you know, combining it with the rice, everything, it's kind of dry, right? It's a little dry for me. But again, it tastes fresh, tastes really good. Let's get some chili sauce on this. I haven't had this in a long time. It's kind of like a sriracha, right? It looks like it. Ingredients: red chili, distilled vinegar, sugar, salt, garlic, acetic acid, lactic acid, red chili powder, xanthan gum, potassium sorbate, and sodium bisulfite added as preservatives. Get a little bit of that. The shrimp's covered in it. Yeah, it's just sriracha. That made it a lot better, though. Not as dry. Bell peppers. Again, like I said, I'm just not tasting too much of the firecracker sauce, so it needs some kind of liquid on it. It needs a sauce. That chili sauce is really nice with it. So I would be interested now to see if I couldn't get my hands on just a cup or something of that, whatever that firecracker sauce is supposed to be, and test it alone, because I don't really taste it. Got my nose running a little bit. So there's definitely some spice in there. But again, it's just because of eating these red chilies. And they gave me a good amount. I think I've eaten 3 or 4 of them now in certain bites. I can see at least 2 more of them in here. And now with adding that chili sauce, you know, the combination thereof is really starting to elevate it a little bit, give it a little bit of a kick. Prior to that, you know, there was no spice to it, to me, at all. Without eating one of those dried chilies or adding this chili sauce now. It's a lot of rice compared to the entree. And I get that. They just, you know, that's part of the... So now, I've kind of got an opposite complaint to what other reviewers and people that I've watched were talking about, or just what I've seen online, read, or whatever, too. That people weren't getting enough shrimp. I don't have enough steak, you know, even though that first piece of steak seemed overdone. The other pieces were a little softer, less chewy, more to my standard. But I got 1 little piece left, and that's it. 2 little pieces. So, and then obviously another complaint is there's just very low spice to it without eating the full red chilies and adding the chili sauce. But the chili sauce pairs with it really well. I remember now, I haven't been to Panda in a while. Last time I went there, I got a small little side order of just their Hot Ones release, whatever that was, to review it. But prior to even that time, and that was last summer, but even prior to that time, probably been a few years. But I remember using that chili sauce now on the fried rice. Their fried rice needs a little bit of a pick-me-up to me. A little dry, a little bland. Now, chili sauce got a little sweetness to it as well. Really nice. So anyway, hope you guys are all having a good day out there. What is today? Today's the 20... Today's Sunday, but what's the date? Is it the... The 27th. So, hope everybody's having a good weekend, and but again, got my nose running, tingling a little bit. And so for me, that's a win, you know. I'm comfortable. This is the type of spice that I would enjoy in terms of where I'm at. But again, if I didn't add the red chili sauce, which is got a little bit of a kick to it, but it's also got a little bit sweetness on the forefront and then a little bit of spice on the back end. But without these chilies, and they gave me a good amount of them. I was going to ask for them, but I just got it. I didn't ask for anything extra or different. And she hooked me up pretty good with it. Another thing to mention here is the red and yellow bells that they're using in here are sauteed really well. They still have a bite to them, so they're not mushy. They got some integrity still to them. Got a little bit of one piece of steak left. It's a great lunch. I would order this again for sure. Onions, same as the bells, cooked really nicely, hold some integrity. They're thick cuts, has a good bite to it. Yep. Last little red chili. Let's grab that guy. So there might also let me finish it off here. That's good enough. So there might be a little bit to whatever that firecracker sauce is, okay? Because I've got a good spice level going. Now, in just that little bowl, it had whatever firecracker sauce there was in there. So that could be contributing to the overall spice that I'm picking up in correlation with those red dried chilies and the chili sauce, right? Because I've got a decent little spice going right now. I've got a little sweat right there. Again, I'm wearing a hat. It's pretty tight on the forefront here. It's been raining and fucking snowing yesterday. So it's been cold outside, so I got the heater back on a little bit. So I'm warm, you know, comfortable. So there are contributing factors, but it has my nose running really well. And we used about 3 packets of the chili sauce, and there was a good 6 or 7 of those dried red chilies in this little bowl. That's a good amount. So I think it's mostly just the dried red chilies. Okay, that's going to give you a nice burn. Again, like I said, I didn't pick up much of that firecracker sauce in the beginning, but having finished the entire dish, it could be whatever that is, because there was some on there. I could see there was a sauce on the steak and shrimp and veggies. It just wasn't enough, right? So I had to start adding something else just to make it a little bit more enjoyable, because the rice was really dry. I guess what I'm getting at, or trying to get at, is that whatever that sauce was, having eaten the whole thing, could have contributed to the chili and the chilies to get my nose activated to the point where it got. So I think it's well done. Again, I think, you know, I didn't want to have to add the red chili sauce. I'm glad I got it. You know, I just wanted to eat it the way it was, but it needed a little something else. You know, it was just a little too dry for me, and I wasn't really tasting that sauce in those first 3 or 4, 5 bites, whatever it was. You know what I mean? So it needed something else. Anyway, I would order it again. I would get it, you know, extra sauce if they can give you some. I'm gonna ask them. I have to go back again, maybe, to try that. But definitely get the chili sauce, or get the teriyaki sauce, or get something, because you're gonna need it. It just wasn't sauced enough. But outside of that, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm full. You know, I feel good. That's a good small lunch for me. A couple hours before basketball. So I appreciate y'all learning with me. That was Panda's new Firecracker steak and shrimp. It's solid. You know, needs a little work, but it's solid. All right, we'll see ya.